Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing this evening? Funneybone here again. Funneybone saw something intriguing that intrigued him. Miss Kristi Noem, she stormed out of the Congressional meeting when they was asking her questions about her involvement in all this filth. And I'm gonna let y'all see Miss Kristi in action. Kristi made a fool of herself. When you guilty, it'll reflect you. She all making all kind of scenes and stuff like she will not be embarrassed. Y'all don't hear all this stuff. You embarrass yourself in real time, fool. And it's gonna culminate with you going your butt to prison. That's what it's gonna culminate to, fool. But y'all listen at what Funneybone was talking about. Y'all look at Miss Kristi in action. Check Miss Kristi out. She trying to deflect. Y'all remember, she doing what her buddy does all the time. Storm out of court when it ain't going his way. Storm out. That's what she's getting ready to do. Cause chaos. Cause it to shut down. That's their tactic. They ain't working no more, people. That's not working anymore. Miss Noem. I told y'all way back. You follow Donald Trump, you get indicted. You follow Donald Trump, your career is over. Kristi Noem is on that list. Career is over with. Trying to follow Donald Trump. Trying to do Donald Trump's bidding. Trying to be one of Donald Trump's yes women. Look what's finna get you, Miss Kristi. Look what's getting ready to get you.
Did not do.
Witness will allow the gentleman to answer the question.
Yes or no? Who approved the asylum claim?
The application on the asylum was thoroughly filled out by information that was gathered by the Biden administration.
So the Biden administration approved the asylum.
The asylum application was put into place under the rules established by the Biden administration.
Reclaiming my time. I don't want to file perjury charges against you, but I'm of the opinion
that's what's going to happen.
That the Trump administration, DHS, your DHS, approved the asylum application.
The asylum application moved forward under all of the information and vetting processes that were put in place under the Biden administration, which is when vetting happened. And that's what President Trump has changed. Under President Trump's administration.
Reclaim my time again.
When
it's obvious you don't want to answer the question. Mr. Kent.
Okay. So Kristi Noem just got absolutely destroyed on Capitol Hill, and the Department of Homeland Security is in full crisis mode right now. We're talking about a sitting cabinet secretary walking out of a congressional hearing, while a federal judge is actively closing in on potential criminal charges. This isn't some minor political theater. This is a constitutional crisis unfolding in real time, and it's about to get a whole lot worse before it gets better. The Secretary of Homeland Security, one of the most powerful positions in the entire federal government, just stormed out of a mandatory congressional hearing after hours of brutal questioning about what appears to be systematic misuse of federal funds, potential obstruction of justice, and a cover-up that goes all the way to the top of DHS. And here's the thing that should terrify everyone paying attention. A federal judge in Washington just signaled that criminal referrals are being seriously considered, which means Noem isn't just facing political embarrassment. She's potentially facing actual criminal prosecution. The White House is in damage control mode. Republicans on the Hill are absolutely panicking because this is their cabinet member, their appointee, and Democrats are already drafting contempt resolutions that could land Noem in front of a judge within days. This is massive. This is historic. And this could fundamentally reshape how cabinet officials operate under congressional oversight for the next generation. Now, before we get into exactly what happened and why this matters so much, let's talk about something important. You can't really trust me.
People, can y'all say uppercut to the good? That was an uppercut to the good. Kristi Noem is gonna try to deflect. She's not gonna be successful. You see, she's deflecting right now. She's trying to say Biden administration approved it. Donald Trump been in office a year. So how can Biden prove? So people, that's what I'm saying. Listen at Miss Kristi in action. Please, y'all, please pay attention. Because y'all can see a spectacle.
To bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. We break down the laws, the precedents, the power dynamics that actually matter. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, with the kind of analysis you won't find anywhere else.
Listen, y'all listen. This Kristi Noem. Listen now.
I'm going to take the position that she was scared of my questions. Mr. Chairman, if we could stop the clock and
Yep. Oh, yes,
wait
no,
until after all
absolutely.
this,
Clerk will suspend.
we could reset the
Listen
time.
right there. Listen.
We'll reset the clock.
Listen.
Gentlelady, Bear.
This Kristi. This people out there in court. Go, Kristi.
Okay.
Where Kristi running from?
Thank you.
Gentlelady's recognized.
Yeah, thank you.
Here's what happened. Kristi Noem was summoned to testify before the House Oversight Committee about what multiple whistleblowers are calling the largest misappropriation of Homeland Security funds in the department's 20-year history.
Yep.
We're talking about hundreds of millions of dollars in contracts awarded to companies with direct ties to Noem's political allies.
Yep.
No-bid contracts that bypassed standard federal procurement procedures, and projects that were never completed but somehow still got paid in full.
Wow.
The hearing started at 9 in the morning, and from the very first question, it was clear that Democrats had receipts. Representative Jamie Raskin, the ranking member, laid out a timeline showing that within weeks of Noem taking office, DHS suddenly rerouted nearly $400 million from disaster relief programs, from programs designed to help Americans recover from hurricanes and wildfires, and instead funneled that money into what they called border security infrastructure projects. But here's where it gets interesting. Those projects, according to documents obtained by the committee, were awarded to a South Dakota-based construction firm that just happened to employ Noem's former campaign manager as a senior consultant.
Wow.
The contracts were signed without competitive bidding,
Prison
without the
time.
normal vetting process, and in some cases, without even basic feasibility studies.
Prison time.
And this is where things started to unravel for Noem. When Raskin asked her directly, under oath, whether she had any personal or political relationship with the executives of the companies that received these contracts, Noem gave what can only be described as a catastrophically evasive answer. She said she couldn't recall specific conversations, that she delegated procurement decisions to career staff, that everything was done by the book. But then Raskin pulled out emails.
Nope.
Actual emails from Noem's personal account, not her official government account, discussing contract terms, payment schedules, and project timelines with the very executives she just claimed she couldn't recall talking to. The room went silent.
Got her.
You could see Noem's legal team leaning in, whispering frantically. Republican members looked like they wanted to disappear into the floor. And Raskin just kept reading. Email after email, proving that not only did Noem know about these contracts, she was directly involved in negotiating them. And she was doing it from a personal email account that wasn't subject to federal records laws.
Wow.
That alone is a violation of the Presidential Records Act,
She's
a
done.
violation of government transparency requirements, and potentially a violation of laws governing the use of official position for personal gain.
That's
But
what
it
she's
gets
gonna be
worse,
charged with.
much worse. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who's become increasingly effective at these hearings, started asking about a specific project, a border wall extension in Arizona that was supposed to cost $85 million. The contract was awarded in March. The company received an initial payment of $40 million, and according to AOC, zero construction has actually taken place.
Wow.
Not a single foot of wall has been built. When she asked Noem where that $40 million went, Noem said she'd have to get back to her with that information.
Wow.
AOC didn't let it go. She pulled out photographs, satellite images, showing that the construction site has been completely abandoned for months, that the equipment that was supposedly purchased for the project has never been delivered, and that the company that received the contract has essentially vanished. They're not answering calls, their office address is a P.O. box, and their website went offline 2 weeks ago.
Donald Trump.
This isn't just mismanagement, this is fraud.
Donald Trump.
This is a company taking $40 million of taxpayer money and disappearing. And when AOC asked Noem if she had reported this to the Inspector General,
Nope.
if she had initiated any kind of investigation into what is clearly criminal fraud, Noem refused to answer. She said it was an ongoing matter, and she couldn't comment. That's when things really exploded. Representative Raskin immediately pointed out that if Noem believed a crime had been committed, federal law requires her to report it to the Inspector General and to Congress. Not doing so is itself a crime.
Yep.
It's called misprision of a felony, and it carries serious criminal penalties. Noem's lawyer jumped in, arguing that she had reported certain matters to appropriate authorities. But when asked to provide documentation of those reports, they couldn't produce anything. The committee demanded that Noem turn over all communications, all internal memos, all reports related to these contracts within 72 hours. Noem's lawyer said they would need more time to review what could be provided under executive privilege. That's when Chairman James Comer, a Republican who's been trying to protect Noem throughout this entire hearing, had to step in and make it clear that executive privilege doesn't apply to potential criminal conduct, and that the committee has the authority to compel production of documents. Noem looked at her lawyers. The lawyers looked at each other. And then Noem just stood up and said she was done, that this was a political witch hunt, that she had cooperated fully, and that she wasn't going to sit there and be attacked by people who have no respect for the rule of law. And then she walked out. Just walked out of a congressional hearing.
Wow.
In the middle of testimony,
'Cause she was
under
busted.
oath. The room descended into absolute chaos. Democrats were yelling that she was in contempt, that she had just committed obstruction, that she needed to be held in criminal contempt immediately. Republicans were trying to defend her, saying she had a right to consult with counsel, that the hearing had become
counsel was
hostile,
right there.
that this was prosecutorial overreach.
Counsel was right there
Here's the
sitting
thing,
beside her.
and this is what legal experts are saying.
Did y'all hear that? She said that they're trying to justify that as her storming out to seek counsel. Her counsel was sitting right by her. Right by her. So how is that she's going to consult her counsel? She left her counsel in there. She stormed out because she knew they had her ass. She stormed out because she didn't have no more wiggle room. She stormed out like her mentor, Donald Trump, does when stuff don't go his way. It is not going to go his way. It is not going to go Kristi Noem's way. It is not going to go Patel's way. And it's not going to go Pam Bundy's way. They're all going to be going together to prison. All of them. Just like Donald Trump's first conviction. He had a bunch of henchmen who went to prison and got charged and stuff before him. Disbarred everything. Same thing getting ready to happen to these people. I told y'all that videos ago. You follow Donald Trump to the end, that is the end. Your career is over with. Because in order to follow him and do his bidding, it's got to be illegal. Illegal. Funding all these millions of dollars, not reporting it. Of course she's not reporting it. She's in on it. She negotiated it. Just like, did that sound familiar about like Donald Trump's shoes? Those shoes that look like hockey shoes. They had the warehouse, an old rundown building in Montana or somewhere out there. Yeah. Where all the criminals go to put fake addresses on their criminal enterprise and stuff. They put that same address right there. On there. Can't remember if it was Montana or somewhere like that, South Dakota or somewhere like that. Somewhere out there nowhere. But yeah, same trend. Kristi Noem, we'll holler at you. Where you think you was going out of the meeting? You can't run and hide. You have been discovered. So take your punishment like a woman. You were sleazy enough to try to do all this, hide all this, benefit from all this, help Donald Trump any way you can. But in helping Donald Trump, you were destroying yourself. Not only your career, but your freedom, fool. But it's a few of y'all going to be going in the same path. And that's down. Down. I told y'all that you always start at the head and go down to the ass. Kristi Noem just made an ass out of herself in front of Congress. The worst place she could have done it to. They already got her left or right with evidence. See, when evidence comes and those documents, that's why I keep telling y'all, Funneybone is with documents. Documents outweigh any rumor. This ain't no rumor, people. I'm bringing this to y'all. The people that at work right now, but don't want to go through all the political spin, but just want to hear it up front. Tune in, Funneybone. Funneybone do all this watching, so y'all don't have to. But feel free to look it up behind Funneybone, because no lies be told here. None. Kristi Noem been caught up with. A few of them is going to be caught up with. Donald Trump is caught up with. I told y'all, the Epstein files and breaking the Constitution. That was going to be Donald Trump's downfall. And all the people who loyal to him, breaking the law with him, conspiring with him, all are going to join him to prison. So people, I saw this and wanted y'all to see what's been going on. Capitol Hill, Congress, and all this stuff. Been chaotic up there for the past couple of weeks. Patel, Bundy. I'm telling y'all, they know all the answers to the question they asking these fools. And by them out there trying to be evasive and stuff like that, that's just giving them their answer. They already know the answer. They already got proof when they ask the question. And y'all can just know when the question is asked, and when the camera flick back to them, they're already looking like they don't know where they at. And Patel sitting there like he's constipated. I handed over everything that's supposed to be handed over that the law requires. You're a lie. You ain't handing over a damn thing. Now, people are doing it for you. He going to prison too. People, I saw this. If y'all like the video, hit those thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Please get us there, people. Please, if you like this video, put your thumbs up down there so I know you watched it. Funneybone love y'all. Have a good evening.